Hey, 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 what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Two Live Crew Hood Movie Review. And today we are reviewing the series on Netflix uh, starring Jamie Foxx and Dad Stop Embarrassing Me. This is him and his real daughter. Did you say he directed the series, Sticks?
I believe his,
Or,
I think his daughter directed it. He's producing it, so he's
okay.
he's backing the show up with his money. Yeah.
Okay. So, guys, it's a sitcom, a traditional sitcom, right? With Jamie Foxx. And we've watched the Jamie Foxx show for years. And, we know Jamie from In Living Color. I think that's where most of us was introduced to him. And also one of the co stars also in the series is David Allen Grier, one of his castmates from In Living Color. So, with that being said, I don't know if it's the timing of the series. Like maybe this should have came out 5, 7, 8 years ago. Maybe where TV is going now, that it seems corny. I don't know if that's the right word I'm looking for. It was. I kind of felt like at times this was made for children, something, you could watch with your kids. But then it has different suggestions and what do you say, innuendos, like his sister and the cop together, uh, sneaking, knocking boots. That's not really a kid's theme, right? But so yeah, I said Jamie Foxx is getting something back out there, episode series, and let's check it out because to me, Jamie is an excellent actor. His range is impeccable. And then you throw on top of that, he can actually sing, right?
Yeah.
But to me, man, it fell really short. Um, of my expectations. And they even dealt with some themes around coronavirus and also themes around like police brutality and things like that. But they never masked up or talked about the riots. So it was like they're dealing with the issues, but then they're not. So it was weird. And if I'm honest, I wouldn't really. This is not one of the shows I'm going to call you and say, "Did you see? Did you see? Dad, stop embarrassing me." I'm just not going to say it. So, and I'll just make it short. When it comes to Fagos, it's gonna get to Cola Fagos. Hey, if you hey, hey, hey! Thanks for stopping by. What is it?
Yeah.
American Yummy, Yummy, Olivia. Hey, Olivia! Thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate you. Did you watch the Jamie Foxx new sitcom on Instagram? Dad, stop embarrassing us. I don't know. I kind of think they embarrassed themselves on this one. Come on, Sticks. What you got for me, man? What did you think?
um, I'm glad to see that Jamie Foxx is back on TV, but or on a sitcom, but it did fall short. I know they probably were shooting for something else, but it fell short. It kind of like, dang, this should have been before his own show, because then we would have been up there like, okay, the greatness of Jamie Foxx and what he's rose to, and now with this, it's and I think I think he was kind of hindered because I keep on believing. I know it's something with him. It's a project with him and his daughter, and I think it's more so her project, and it's coming from her point of view. So I think she kind of put the handcuffs on her dad while doing the show, because his the jokes were dated. There were certain outbursts where he would be funny and stuff. They couldn't hold back David Allen Grier. He made the show extra fun to watch, but
Mm.
it still fell short. And like you said, with the issues that we had last year, Corona, as well as the things we saw with our black culture, or getting done to black culture and
Hmm.
people, it was they kind of brung it up, but they really did just sweep it right under the rug, or just
Yeah.
I've made a real passive move to it. Police brutality, or profile while being black while you're driving. They had a chance to do that, and it got a little antsy, but it was still kind of like still G rated. So
Yeah.
we understand probably why, because they want to spend that on, make the whole show about that. But
Right.
and then after, I mean, even the aftermath, it was just a small talk, and the neighbors who actually had called the cops came by, and that was kind of like, okay, a pie in the face, cool. That was it. And then we got a kind of a in living color moment when David Allen Grier was playing the guitar. So that was kind of funny. But besides that, very little small hints of things. And as I was telling Money, I told her, I said, this kind of reminds me of what Tyler Perry was doing almost a
Deep
decade ago when he
Browns.
came out with Meet the Browns and the
Yeah,
House of
it
Pain.
was
It was the
so
same
Deep
thing,
Brown.
the
Yeah.
exact same thing. All the whole show took place on these sets. Nothing was like at a location. It was all on a what would they call that, a
Yeah, on set.
on
Yeah.
set. Background drops and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
it's
And
cool.
studio.
You can make more. You can make more with that type of budget and with that type of setting, and you don't have to move too much. The cameras don't have to go anywhere. The lighting and everything. So I
Right.
would have thought they would have made more than 10 shows, but I know, they didn't want, you don't want to, they want to get the reaction and
I
see
don't
what's up.
see
But
it getting renewed.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, and if they do, it'll be forced, and then they'll have to revamp the show or something to where.
Mhm.
But it did have, like you said, it can't. It if it was going to be a family show, it wasn't, because they talked about sex. They use certain language, and the language was like very, pretty
Oh
much.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was
it's
like
PG
that.
13 or older R, but it was so it'll hit you and then keep going. It was just like I had to put the captions on. I'm like, what did they say? And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, because it was stuff. I'm like, it
they was
sounded like they
dropping
said
the
that.
S bombs and everything up in
Right.
there.
Yeah. So I mean, but there were some fun episodes. Like I did like the part when they had the Juneteenth episode where they
Oh
the daughter
yeah,
took the truck, and then Jamie Foxx played a character, David Allen Grier, and they brung in Jackie. That was kind of cool. I was like, yeah,
yeah.
okay, this is cool. There's
With
episodes
so
where you like,
many words you don't use on
yeah,
Juneteenth.
right. That, yeah,
Jane,
yeah.
master,
Right. Cotton,
cotton. Yeah,
hanging.
yeah,
Man, it was a bunch of them. Yeah. So like
yeah.
with my Fagos, I would probably give it 2.5, because I was like, I can find entertainment in a good amount of things, and it's been a long time since I've been like, this is a movie or a show is terrible, and I won't even rank it. To me, the lowest I can give is 0. you know. So, but we haven't found that yet, and I'm thankful we haven't. But it wasn't that it was a poorly taped show, audio, and people who there was people also outside of those two people that we talked about that were funny, but they just weren't consistent with it. And
I'm. Oh, go
so
ahead.
it is it is what it is, and I mean, it was so much. Like you said, it was so many gaps in the storyline, because even like the love interest of Jamie Foxx, kind of like they kissed and then nothing happened, like that. She went off with
You
somebody
had
to go off around the world, and it's like
another.
she was done. She wasn't even on the last show, maybe the last 2 shows. So I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, it was too much. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should look up the writers really quick. But man, it was like, come on, guys. Is this the best you can do, Jamie? Because the Jamie Foxx show was hilarious to me. Like, it was very entertaining. And that's what I was thinking. Maybe it's a age thing because it's kind of centered around the young girl.
Hmm.
But you said this is his daughter's thing,
Yeah.
his real life daughter.
Right.
She directed. So is this the very first thing she did,
That's
or
that's the thing. I didn't have enough time to finish the
okay,
after show, but I know
okay,
she did say, starting off, because like I said, if you watch the after show after the series is over, they'll take you to the after show.
hmm
my man, what's his name? David Spade is hosting. He's doing this for multiple shows, so he'll host it.
Hmm.
He'll introduce the actors of the show, and then after that, you saw Jamie Foxx and his daughter, and she was saying that we've been working on this probably since she was 15, 14 or 15. And
How old is she now?
I think now she might be close to her mid 20s. She might be close. I think she's been her mid 20s or coming up on her mid
Oh,
twenties.
okay, this is her here.
You're right.
That's his
And
black
he
daughter.
was saying, and then she was just saying, and I only caught this briefly because I was on my way out the house. She
Hmm.
said that she's been developing that. And then she was talking to her dad, and she said we were starting to write it down, make a script, and then we turned it into episodes. So
Hmm.
that's what. So it's been in works, and he's taken her since once he made those big roles and he started winning his awards. He's been taking her to the award show instead of a date. He would take his daughter with her. And I think that was to spend time. And I think I'm not gonna say they were estranged, but I think it was for some years that they were apart, and he didn't get a chance to see her. So this is their way
Okay.
of coming back together. So that's what it was. So
It's just
um,
like, I don't know, with so many resources,
mhm.
it's just like your dad being Tiger Woods, right? You want to golf too, but you're not gonna let him coach you or let him tell you what to do. Like that's what it seemed like to me. Like she was like, I like LeBron James. I'm gonna get or let's say Michael Jordan because he's a golfer. I'm gonna get my lessons from Michael Jordan, and we're gonna do it this way. It makes no sense. Your dad is Tiger Woods. Like he is comedy in such in a sense, and I'm flabbergasted and disappointed. I'm
Hey,
sad I picked it. And maybe that's why the rest of the crew didn't come today. They was like, it's whack. I ain't showing up.
nah, but they said, but also Jamie was saying that with the people that he worked with, like he said, David Allen Grier, they haven't been on TV together for like over 25 years. He said
Wow.
even the people that actually were doing the taping, camera people, and maybe some people off camera. He said he known them for 25 years, and they came back. I don't know whether it was Living Color or Jamie Foxx. So there's
Mhm,
some, you know. I guess you could say in film terms, there's continuity with them. They're familiar with each other, but
mhm,
I don't know what happened. I don't know why it wasn't better than what it was. And and we gotta be honest. There are on our show, we've watched a lot of hit or miss shows and movies, and it
mhm.
doesn't take away that those people can't be great, and they won't
Right.
be still great after this. It's just I think it's like you said, time and planning. The timing for a sitcom of this magnitude kind of passed, and if we are talking about family shows, it's going to be centered more so either around the children or the your parents trying to connect with the kids, and we'll go from those type of things, not the whole like just you just throwing a family together and they being funny with real situations but they blowing over them. That those things are done now, or those are not going to hit to make a successful show anymore. We just
Yeah. So maybe is it because of stuff like Love and Hip Hop and Real Housewives of Atlanta, Black Ink Crew? Is that why the black sitcom seems to be obsolete? No.
you you making a guess. We both guessing because I don't watch either. I can't watch those shows. I can't relate to them. I don't care for them. And when it comes to it, I'll just be like,
You can't watch the reality shows. You're
right,
saying,
I
right?
can't. But what happens is I just feel like I'm just wasting my time doing. I wasted time. I feel dumber, and I'm like, dang,
You feel
how
better when
how
can
we
you
look. And then it's a
for
culture thing to
real?
me. How I got how I'm portrayed on. I'm portrayed on a show that I don't care for, but that's what a black male looks like now, even in entertainment and out here. And then let's not think. Let's just say this: it's on a bigger platform than Netflix. And even though Netflix is big, you got to
Hmm.
remember VH1 and MTV, those things have been around for decades and they have a
Hmm.
following and they have
Yeah.
web and all this stuff. And they might put that stuff on over in Europe heavily too. So it's like, you know, that's what I look like. That's what an American black male looks like. And that's what he has to deal with. And that's how American black female may look like. And that's what they deal with or how they act when things don't go their way. Whatever, however those shows go. But all I see is I just see some stupid stuff that continues to make money for a few people and a network. So whatever.
Yeah. So I got up here the IMBD. If you guys don't know what that is, that kind of like gives you the breakdown of who did what, things like that. And I'm just trying to look and see who wrote this. And I still don't see the writer. Series produced by,
A lot of producers.
yeah, casting. Wow.
The writer should be what
Yeah,
you
that
should have
might
seen
be telling us something, guys. The writer's like, hey, don't put me up front and center.
it. They ghostwriting or something.
Because that's maybe where I felt like none of the stories were strong. Like, even in the second episode, like, they dealt with a real hard theme of her losing her mom, right?
Yeah.
So she's um mad at God basically. So she's like, I'm not going to church, things like this. And it was a real theme, right? And something that people who've experienced something like that can relate to. But then when you got to the church scene, it kind of still was the same old thing. And Jamie plays a lot of different characters. So he was like an uncle at the barbecue or something. He was the pastor of the church, and it was that same old long hair pimp type pastor. You know what I mean? And it's just been overdone. And we didn't need to see you do it again, Jamie. I'm sorry. Um so disappointed. I mean, I just really have I'm disappointed. I just have nothing else to say. So that's it for me. Well, did you text me? Hey, when you do that, you be texting. Oh no, you text the team. Where y'all at? I tell you where they ain't. Yeah,
Oh,
but
I was like, they ain't.
yeah, but that's that. Anything else you want to say or talk about? Because
um,
I'm not gonna waste the people's time.
all I can say is this. All I can say is, if they do decide to bring it back, please just take the criticism and do better, or and figure out what it is. Because I don't think it might have been. It wasn't the actors. I just think the stories need to be a little stronger, and don't be afraid to um, don't be afraid to ask for some help or some assistance, and talk to people who actually do this. And if it's supposed to be comedy, talk to people that do comedy. Hey, there is it's failure or success. That's it. It
But
ain't
I
no
mean,
middle ground in this
Jamie
comedian. It ain't no middle ground.
I don't know. I feel like help. Maybe they didn't ask for help. Maybe it was rushed. Um,
And it didn't have to be. I don't know why would it be rushed.
Jamie knows too many comedians for him not to be able to bounce some ideas off of. So, and David Allen Grier, like, I don't know why they were tapering it. I wonder if they were like, this is going to be a
Yeah.
show.
And the thing about it, the last two things I seen David Allen Grier on, which
Mhm.
is this, and before this was a show called The Carmichael Show. Um, and that's way more funny. And they brung and oh, Tanya, if you haven't seen that,
No,
check out The Carmichael Show.
that's
You
the
would probably.
cartoon, right?
And you said the what now?
Is that a cartoon or is that
No,
something
no,
else?
it's
Okay.
it's actual real people, and guess what? It used to come on NBC, and it actually was pretty good. And Carmichael, he is a I forgot his first name, but he I believe he is a comedian, or he used to write. Either way, he will bring up controversial topics. And David Allen Grier was the father on that show too. Now, if you watch that, it has the same it's almost the same element, except for the daughter, but it has the same element with the family. But they did it better, and they talked about way more stuff, and they went in on it. Like they talked about at the time when Bill Cosby was dealing with his stuff. They talked about some other things with maybe how we do politics, and they talked about other things like that. So I would advise people to check that out too, and that'd be a comparison, But the way he did it, and he was on a network where certain things you say, being a black person who a top show, you would think they would have pulled him, but he had like 2 seasons, maybe three. So it was pretty
Mhm.
good, and it's on. I believe it's on. I think it is on Netflix. If it's not, it's on Hulu. So y'all should check that out too. That'll be something that, if they were, I can compare it to. That's what I'm saying.
Hmm. Did you hear that noise? I'm sorry.
Yeah. I thought that
That
was me. I thought that was my
was
beard brushing up against the mic. But yeah, I would tell you check that out, money. If you can, just check out a couple episodes and you'll be like, oh, okay. And it'll put you in that
now,
mind. I
where
mean,
is
you'll
it?
be
Where
able
can
to watch
I
it
find this show?
either Netflix or Hulu, and probably on that. I definitely know. I think it was on Netflix. That's where I first saw it, but I think I've seen it also come through my queue on Hulu now too. But I watched it a couple of years ago, and I was hoping that he would be able to stay on a little longer. It was a good show.
Yeah. So I don't know. This one, like you said, David Allen Grier still has excellent comedic timing.
Yes, he
Like
do.
Jamie Foxx did a lot of unnecessary stuff, like the too tight white pants. Here go the pastor scene, that type of thing. Oh, there go the too tight white pants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the skinny jeans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
too skinny jeans, the skinny jeans. He was trying to be cool and young and
yeah.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I did like some character. I like that character, the one that played the brother of his dad. I
Oh
like
yeah,
that
I called him
character. I
Uncle.
didn't mind the guy Rusty at the bar. He up there like he was talking to the little Trump down. That was funny. He had like that reminded me of vintage Jamie Foxx playing different characters, but they were funny. They had some funny.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, and
that
he's smoking on the
oh yeah,
show.
right. That's the first episode. That's the
Yeah,
first
that's the
episode.
first episode.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
only showing little clips here and there because I'm trying not to get
right. I get you.
copyright thing. So,
Like what you said about church, they were so into church, and when the little daughter said she didn't want to, everybody fell out.
yeah,
David Allen Grier fell out the
because
chair.
you
He
don't
said, "What did the
believe
baby
in
say about the devil?"
God.
He said, "What?" He said, "What did the baby say about the devil?" I was like,
Yeah, cast
so
some demons out. They said, "Well, what's going on in the news today? Anything that you want to talk about? Because
you probably have to tell me because
yeah,
you know
you
how
have
I am.
to.
If I get on the news, I'll be like, "Man, that happened." They be like 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago. I'll be looking
trying to
like, "Where was
think
I at?" Y'all
something
have to
is
tell me.
trending on Twitter. I just don't know what it is. I've
Man,
been
I
doing
don't even
me.
have my Twitter. I need to. I probably need to make another account, start it up again. See
Well, the thing right now is cryptocurrency, investing into Dogecoin, what I call Doge.
yeah, it's starting to
Uh,
move up. I heard it was at 31 cents last night, something like that.
yeah, but the highest I seen it was like 41 or something like that. So, um,
You got some?
oh yeah, I got it like some at 1 cent, and I didn't get a lot though. I don't have a lot.
Yeah,
Like
I'm at
if it goes to $1, I got family members that's gonna make.
good money.
I got a family member that'll make like a half a million or so if it goes to
If it
dollar
goes to $1,
or
wow,
50,000. 50,000, I think.
I
I
need
don't
to get in
remember.
on.
But
I
the
need to get
last
on.
high, my sister was at 25,000 and she didn't sell.
How many?
And
How
she
many?
was at 25,000. I was like at 2,000. So, because she invested a lot and she
Right.
invested early, but she was like, that's not going to change my life. So
It'll help. Like they
it
pay them
definitely
bills.
will. Yeah. Like a lot of
You'll be
people
away
don't think
from
that
debt.
in
You'll
a
get
year.
further and further away from debt. So
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. It's just a guessing game because I follow some cryptocurrency people, and what this coin is doing hasn't happened before. But you got people like Mark Cuban and Elon Musk um promoting it in a sense, and that's probably Elon Musk has a lot of influence. So every
yes.
time he says something about it, it goes up. So
Okay.
I just kind of wish I would have got more, but some is better than none, I guess.
I can still invest a couple. I can still
Yeah,
invest a
it's
couple
still
hundred
money
dollars
to be
into
made
31 cents. To
because
31 cents.
the goal is $1.
Hmm.
So if you invest in something and it's 30 cents and it goes to $1, that's still more than double your money.
Yeah.
So, but this is not financial advice by any means. Do
Right.
you?
You, yeah. You still across town, right?
What
Or
you mean?
you out of?
Oh no, I'm still around the way. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's what I mean. Yeah, because I'll
Mhm.
be on that side. Yeah, I told you where I'm employed at. I'm on that side of town now.
Oh, okay. Do you like it?
I
Are
mean,
you
yeah, it's
standing
cool.
up and stuff all night?
Yeah, seven
That's
hours and
totally different from pushing buttons all day.
yeah, 7 hours and 20 minutes. I'm standing
So
up
are
for.
you making a different amount of money?
Yeah, a little bit more, just a little bit more.
Okay.
But it'll help. But I'm making a little
Hmm.
bit more. So I
Okay.
gotta find. I don't know how long because I was like, I'm straight. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm wiped out. Most of the people I work with, we all be like, we want to do
Yeah,
stuff, but yeah.
Pat.
And then once we get to like tonight is our last night before we got like Friday and Saturday off, and then we come back Sunday. So,
Oh wow. Okay, well get your rest sticks.
but I
Guys,
mean,
I'll be more diligent about finding a movie next time or something. Cause this wah, wah. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. The few of you that did stop by, we appreciate you. And y'all have a good night from the Two Laugh Crew.
whoop whoop, do it.
Peace.
Peace.
All right. My friend